BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? So apparently the Democrats have folded. Now I want to explain something real quick. The reason in which why I'm calling this having had folded rather than come to their senses is like it's like a couple of different parts, but the main parts is I doubt very much the Democrats would ever just comes to their senses. So basically all of this is forced. So therefore we're calling it a folding. So let me explain a couple of things real quick. First, this whole entire situation that was happening with the government shutdown was the Democrats holding the United States of America hostage in order for them to get some of their policies passed. And just so we could be clear, there've been filibusters previously, and there has been shutting down of the government previously, and there has also been moments where people thought that the government was shut down, but deals were made and the government was not shut down. And just so we could be clear, in many of those cases, not all of those cases obviously, but in many of those cases, the people who were holding the government up were the Republicans, and the Democrats, well, they couldn't even believe anybody would ever want to shut the government down. Who are these anarchists? But in this specific in situation, the Democrats were the ones that were not voting to reopen the government, and their reasons are flabbergasting. So basically, at the end of the year, at the beginning of the next year, January, that's coming up, there are going to be some policies, some mandates, or whatever the case might be, that are going to expire. And this is basically based around the healthcare field. So I need to explain this to you so you can really, truly at least the people that are listening, and they're just not Trump bad, fire hurt, like if they're not like on that type of situation. So let me explain this real quick. So basically, one of the reasons in which why Obamacare was what Obamacare was is because what it did was it allowed for you to pay certain fees on, like all insurances. And then the other monies that you don't pay, that is held by the healthcare system. Because remember, this is not insurance. This is government funded insurance. This isn't regular insurance that you're going to buy. So there's different parameters that we should hold this by. Anyway, in any regard, let me stay on point. So basically what happens is, let's say that you got a $600 bill and you pay $400, and then the government pays the other $200. See, the thing about this, where the problem is actually at, just so we can be clear, is basically the same exact people who are now charging individuals for the healthcare. Basically, they are the ones that are also paying or getting paid by the government, should I say, pardon me. So the individuals who the government are paying for your healthcare needs are also the people that's setting the prices. And that's where this issue actually extends from. So if y'all remember, a couple of months ago, Trump was having a conversation, or he was, at a press briefing or something, and he spoke about a friend that he has that's on Ozempic. And he said his friend is on Ozempic, and over here in the States, the Ozempic costs, whatever it costs, hundreds of dollars or thousands or whatever it might cost. I don't know what it costs. And over in Europe, a whole nother country, it was like $60. It was like hundreds of dollars of a difference for the same exact medicine. So basically what's happening is these pharmaceutical companies, allegedly this is what's happening. These pharmaceutical companies are putting prices for things in America higher than everywhere else on the planet. And the reason for that is because the government, the American government, is going to pay whatever it is. So basically, people who are not on government funded healthcare, like you're not getting your healthcare from the government, you're paying personally out of your pocket, you're paying more money than you should for your healthcare. I'm going to say that again, because people don't understand what Trump is fighting for, and people don't understand what the Democrats is fighting for. The Democrats is fighting to make sure that those healthcare companies can still keep the power that they have by the government going to pay whatever the price is. Because remember, when you're on the government healthcare system network or whatever the case is, they're paying the whole bill for you. So the way the the pharmaceutical companies are doing is they know the government is going to pay, so they're making the prices for these things exorbitant. So while the individuals that's saying, well, I don't care, the government's paying for it anyway, the problem actually is that that's also running up insurance for regular people. So while you could be paying $150 to $200 a month for your whole entire family to be insured, you're paying $600 to $800 or something along those lines. Where you could be paying $59 a month to just insure yourself, you're paying about $300. Do you understand where the problem comes from? So this is literally what Trump is fighting against, and this is what the Democrats are fighting for. The Democrats wanted another 1-year extension on the ACA situation. That's the Affordable Cares Act. They wanted 1 more year extension to give these pharmaceutical companies 1 more year in order to do what they're doing. Basically have extremely high prices for everyone. The people who's on government healthcare and the people who aren't, because they know that when they do something, and hold on, there's another step to this we got to go, because they know that when somebody goes into these hospitals and they're on any type of government assistance, they know that whole entire bill is going to get paid for. Do you understand? They know when people are on the ACA, the Affordable Cares Act, and then they pay their part, they know that the government is going to pay the other part. Do you understand what I'm saying? So not only is it driving up rates, not only, in many cases, people can't even choose their own doctor, because depending on what provider you're using, that provider might not work with that doctor, because guess what? That doctor might not be on their list of friends. Do you get it? Do you get what's actually going on? I know it's going to be hard for a lot of people. You voted for Mandani. You know? I don't expect many of you New Yorkers to get this. But what's happening is the people who are running the rates for the healthcare system are also the people who are getting paid. And they're running the rates as high as possible because they know that the government is going to pay them without question. And that's millions of dollars to billions of dollars every month. So that's trillions of dollars every year. You understand this? So the Democrats are fighting so the pharmaceutical companies could keep that power. And Trump is trying to give that power back to the people. Because once the people have the power back, now the pharmaceutical companies have to bring their prices down. And on a totally different note, I guess it's on the same thing. Trump has also mandated that the pharmaceutical companies lower their rates to be basically comparable to the rates that they have in other countries around the world. So this is why I try to explain to people. Y'all tell me not to like Trump for whatever your random reason is. I get it. But I have 2 eyes, I have 2 ears, and I have 1 nose. So I can see shit, I can hear shit, and I can smell it. Just so we could be clear. Now, one more thing that I want to add before we get out of here. The Democrats made this as a point that they would not get off of. They basically said, this is what we're doing. We're not doing anything different. Anyone that doesn't agree with this particular avenue of interest of us, for us, they're the devil, they're Satan, they're Nazis. So by their definition, they are now the devil, they are now Satan, and they are now Nazis. This is by their definition. by no one else's definition. I honestly do not understand how people can see the exact same things that I see on television, that I read in the news, that come directly from the Democrats' mouths specifically, and still go vote for them. I don't get it. They talk about Trump derangement syndrome. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was just like, it's funny, haha. But no, I think that this is something that should be studied, like throughout history, like not just now. I mean, like throughout history. I think that they should start right now chronicalizing these individuals that have Trump derangement syndrome. I think that they should, and I think almost every black person falls into that group apparently, especially black women. I think that they should all be studied. All of the white people also, just so we can be clear, not just the black people. I think they should be studied, because if you are an American citizen, and Trump's point is he wants to empower American citizens, and you are against that, I don't understand where the disconnect is. I don't understand. I just don't get it at all. The Democrats shut down the government for a ton of reasons, and none of them had to do with making Americans' life better. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Boomers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.